Want to though? I'm not gonna lie, but right now I'm gonna be focused on music. I would like to dabble into that world.
Yeah.
But you didn't see Dope, did you?
Nah, I didn't see none of that. Man, I haven't been to the movies in probably like a year,
right.
year and a half, man.
So if I could just be Black Yoda for a second.
Black Yoda?
Black Yoda.
Okay.
TM 2015. Let me just tell you, if you're into like classic hip hop, you need to see Dope because that had the best soundtrack I've heard on a black film, like a FUBU black film, like Forest Spies black film, in like 15 years. Like where it's just sort of like, oh, these people grew up with this music. It's not just let me look back through the Billboard charts and let's see what was number one in 1990 because it would have been MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice and you know.
I kind of like the way they Dr. Dre put that Compton mixtape out. That
sure.
I think that's still dope. Like,
what are your thoughts on that? Because who was the last one to do? Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z did that with American Gangster, where the album was
inspired by.
It was pretty dope. I think Jay-Z, his album was pretty dope as well. But I think the way Dr. Dre do music, I think he put that together well.
Did anybody hear the album?
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear it.
Sure
you didn't hear it?
I mean, but you're talking like 6 years ago now with American Gangster.
Yeah, I mean, what I saw.
I don't think it was a great album, but I like the concept behind it.
I didn't enjoy it, but I appreciate the effort.
I feel the same.
That's how I felt because it was like it's almost like he said, "Fuck it, y'all ain't getting detox no time soon." So
or / ever.
And we have to remember that it's been a while since Andre's been making his own beats anyway. Like he's totally an OG.
Don't start
we respect him as such. He has nothing to prove to me.
I'll say,
listen, as a black rapper who's in the billionaire club, I gotta give props to.
Yeah, he has nothing to prove to anybody.
Yeah,
he doesn't. And what that
you know
album
what I'm saying?
did,
like he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire. What that album did was sonically. He put his fingerprint on it.
Interesting.
The sound was like, that he made sure everything was like super crisp.
Sure.
He always does it.
Yeah.
So
but that's his thing.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah.
So for that, I'd be like, all right, cool. I wasn't listening to him because he was rhyming fast or he used the auto-tune.
I just feel like you could tell he had writers. So I wasn't really listening to
the lyrics.
I would listen to more of like how he has Kendrick on there, and Kendrick's on every track destroying the jug.
Dre's like Diddy, like he can get away with not doing any of the things.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Because if you listen to the,
explain that. So say that one more time.
Well, because
I think that's an important statement.
There were certain people who have reached this place where
the plateau, right?
They don't write, they don't make beats, but they're still executive producers.
No, this is what they do.
They send that check.
Yeah. Like just sign their name to it.
If I hear Diddy on the verse, I'm like, oh, Diddy killed it. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing. He swagged all over it.
He swagged.
Whether or not he wrote it means nothing to me. Means nothing. I know what Diddy does.
I just felt like
I think it's just like to bring it back to with this album. It's always about execution with somebody like Drake.
And he nails it.
He nails it with Guilty Conscience. Of course he didn't write it.
Sure.
The other song, Forgot About Dre. Of course he didn't write it. And but he executed it. Right, he executed it.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate because I think that is a very fucking important point. Do you have somebody who is that talented who can step back from and let the artist shine? Or do they have to be the one who's like pisses all over it first? And then oh, by the way,
you
my
get
boy.
some.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
People
I like a producer like Timbaland. I feel is that way. He doesn't have to piss all over it and then let you know. Oh, by the way, here's my boy. He can step back and let the other person shine.
Well, let me ask Trigger this question: would you sign with somebody like that?
As far as who, like
somebody that has
Puffy or Dre?
Well, we won't stop.
Well, an artist that these two guys over here, an artist that has a Jay-Z, Rick Ross type of clout. They basically are the main part of the label, but they sign you.
I mean, if they're talking right, I'll go. Because I sat down with a couple of people. I don't want to mention
I'd be
names,
terrified, though.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like certain people, like, even what we were mentioning, I sat with certain people, but what they were saying ain't the right.
Signing to an artist is scary because not everybody do you right.
Right.
It's scary. Because when I look at how Wayne did Nicki and Drake, that's ideal. Like
that's ideal.
That's ideal.
But they're outliers. You know what I'm saying? They're exception to the rule because
he signed them when they were huge anyway.
They were going to be huge regardless.
So I think they used his popularity at that time.
That is absolutely the most important distinction. I think is where you have somebody who's trying to put you on, or if you have somebody who's trying to ride your coattails.
Yeah, because Drake was sought after.
It was a mixture. Right. It was a mixture of
so
two.
It makes sense from a business standpoint for me to make alliance with this person.
But they definitely validated each other right there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It was a mixture because I think
versus Craig Mack.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
Thank you. Can we have a small moment of silence for
like? Let me ask one Trig about the influence of you being from down here or growing up down here, like the influence that it played in the music that you put out.
As far as like what I've been through in the hood, like living poor, not having nothing, not having really nothing, just no lights, living in the projects. I think it had a lot to do with why I came to music. Because I felt like where we lived in 47th Avenue apartments, what I'm saying, over there on 183rd, right. And if you're familiar with it, you know the background behind that place, you know what I'm saying?
It's not a friendly place.
No.
It's not very friendly.
Yeah, so so I grew up there. So when you grew up there, I always felt like it was trapped. It was a trap there. So I knew when we was growing up, I said I had to find a way out, and my way out was through music. Okay. So that's how it manifests. Pretty much.
Can I ask you a question? Because now that you mentioned it, I'm just curious, right? Because as a Haitian guy, right, I know a thing or two about going to school in the hood and receiving racism from niggas, right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Were you ever like? Is it tough? I don't know what your nationality is, but I'm sure they would have called you white boy.
Nah, I'm Puerto Rican.
You're Puerto Rican, so you're Spanish. There's no bullshit for you.
He kind of sort of black.
Yeah.
No.
I never. What you trying to say? I never received any racism.
No. Because I feel like this is Miami.
Honestly, I felt like when I lived there, it was more love than anything. But when you leave out those gates, that's when you get those racism.
You probably got a whole lot of shit from the Cubans.
Because they don't understand why you speak that way.
Yeah, because you're Puerto Rican, they don't like that. Yeah. You right. You right. It's like a little battle within.
And it's weird. You're from Carroll City, so when you leave Carroll City, don't nobody understand why you talk like that.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way you talk. That's Carroll City niggas don't speak. And because you've been doing like promotional runs, you don't speak like a Carroll City nigga. Yeah. But them niggas don't talk like people. Yeah. You understand? So when you leave Carroll City,
those niggas don't talk like people. I want that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, what would be your to draw back in the film for a quick second? Chris Rock had that film top 5, and all through the movie he's having people name their top 5 influences. So for music, growing up, what would you say your top 5? Like these a band or a solo artist? Like,
I mean, my first song I ever heard was a Nas record. That was my first.
Which
man, right now I can't even remember. I guess because Pac drowned me out. Because when I first heard Nas, I was like, dang man, I wish I could rap like that. But then when I heard Pac, I was like, man, he's saying something I need to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Pac had the most influence. Period.
So we got Pac and Nas.
All right. So
but I really don't have a top 5. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll give you a top 5 right now.
Okay,
I would say I would go with Pac. I would go with Eminem.
Okay.
I would go with Kendrick right now because I'm feeling what he's saying.
Why is that?
I just feel
over
like
J. Cole or over
I would, but I like J. Cole, but I would go more. I would dibble more with Kendrick.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Because of what he's saying and what he's trying to do. This man,
I don't enjoy him. I don't enjoy Kendrick.
Maybe because of what he's saying.
We'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah. Right? Maybe because of what he's saying. I like Kendrick. I like King Los too. A lot of people they
unless
sweep
you heard
him
the
under
Dr.
the
Dre
rug.
album.
Kanye
right.
He's nice.
Yeah,
so
King
give me
Los
an old
nice.
school one. Give me an old school one.
As far as the old school, man, I'm gonna have to stick with Pac. I like Big or whatnot, but I'm gonna have to stick with Pac. There's really no old school. I like Jay-Z, some records. I don't like every record from Jay-Z.
Oh, okay, so you're not a zombie. That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like DMX. I like the old DMX.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, as far as like
The Chronic was an amazing fucking album, dude. Ain't nothing but a G thing when that beat drops, you were like, holy shit. That didn't sound like anything else you have ever
at that time.
heard.
At that time.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
for that song, but the whole
ride forever.
But the whole album. The whole album.
I'm not saying the whole album is not amazing. I agree with you.
But sure, there's some gems there.
Oh, amazing!
I listen to that shit sometimes. I'm like, you know what? What if this young Snoop Dogg got to see some of that buffoonery this old Snoop Dogg is like doing? Because when you listen to old Snoop, you can't believe it's the same nigga.
Nah.
You can't believe it.
No,
you could tell Snoop been through a lot. Though.
You know what
I'm
saying? That's why he's heralded. Like I heard a quote that said that Snoop is American as apple pie.
It's
Snoop,
crazy because
he's a staple in America.
This is how you know when somebody been through something, when they transition into Jafaican. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like that's how you know he been through something happened.
When you go Rastafari, you've been through some shit.
Yeah, you been through something for real.
Wait a minute.
No, my opinion by him.
Wait a minute. Did you?
Because look at Danny D. Kane. I don't give a shit if it's R&B or whatever. Danny D. Kane, the Locks.
I'm gonna shut that down.
Everybody had to bend over and be like, you know what?
Right now.
Take it.
I'm gonna shut that down.
Take that.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I'm gonna shut that down right now.
Prove me wrong, sir.
Dre signed a hip hop icon to his label that never dropped. He signed a couple of hip hop icons.
Busta Rhymes.
A guy by the name of Rakim. Ever heard of him? Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Busta Rhymes.
But who's he gonna make music for? Who are they making music for?
No,
Exactly.
Game.
I'm not looking forward to the new Busta Rhymes album.
Game sat on. Yeah.
But exactly.
I don't know.
No, but here's the example we used earlier. Somebody who is up and coming or somebody who's already established.
I'll give you the up and comer.
For the up and comers.
I'll give you the up and comer.
All
He
right.
had Game sitting on the shelf for a while until 50 came in there.
But I heard the story behind the game. Like the whole thing is Dre couldn't do nothing.
He
with
could make
the
him
game.
work.
He couldn't do nothing. Yeah,
because he's a spitter.
So that's why 50 was hot.
Yeah,
so what he told 50, man, what you could do with this guy. 50
Right,
said, I got a hook, I got it, whatever. And that's how he popped
Hate
off.
it or love it,
Yeah.
underground's on top.
Right.
Because if you listen to Game can rap all day, but he can't make no hit record.
And then Cali was thirsty for anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
They were thirsty for
You're right.
anybody.
He's a good spitter, but like
Can't make
I
no hit.
think.
yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I completely
is that
agree with
that.
that.
Ability is almost worthless. No, listen.
But look at
Fetty Wap
Mystical. Look
has
at
the
all those
ability
guys. Those guys who were just
to
like
find a melody. Fetty Wap can find a good melody, and it doesn't. You can fill your 3 verses with shit.
Young Thugger.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I hate that I like him. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
that again.
'Cause I don't know what he's saying, but the flow is so intricate and the melody is so sweet.
But is
I
that
don't
the
know what
artist
he's
or
saying.
is that the production, dude?
But the thing is, like,
That guy's trash.
these new niggas hop on any kind of beat.
All right, you say that now, but you fucking around
No,
do
no.
a collabo with him.
Nah, I ain't
The
gonna-
problem
I'll
is,
pass up.
I'm well aware that Young Thug is trash and that Kendrick Lamar is speaking the shit that the people need to hear.
Do you think?
However,
Before you finish your point, do you think Kendrick Lamar at this stage right now is being turned into Lauryn Hill?
or like he's gonna go crazy because of expectations.
Well, not necessarily that.
or like they're heralding him king after 2 albums.
Right.
Put out an unplugged album later.
But this
Maybe.
is like considered his third album though. Without his,
Yeah.
nobody got his first album, but
Right,
that's his
right.
third album.
The problem
Right.
is
No, you're
the
right.
people
You're
need
right.
they need a hero, and like they
Right.
don't have somebody like
and
Kendrick.
that's my exact
So,
point.
like-
Like they thirsty, just like we were talking about the whole 50 thing. They're
Like,
so thirsty for
Yo.
that type
There's
of
a
dude.
void for a smart guy making good music.
Yeah.
There's a void, and like so they gave it to him. And I mean, like I don't enjoy anything he does. You
What
understand?
about Cole?
Cole can get me to sing a song or two because he has some melody in it.
But you're listening to his singles. I'm talking about the album itself.
You know what? I listen
That's
to
good
both
house
albums.
cleaning music.
How to Pimp a Butterfly was like musically impossible to enjoy. The message,
Yeah, of course,
the
of
content,
course, yeah.
I love it. Like I would have a conversation and smoke a doobie with Kendrick Lamar. Will I listen to his music? Probably not.
I think him.
You didn't like the first one?
Interesting point.
I listen to talk to him because he's a smart, intelligent guy with and we're like minded.
I think it's the other way around. I think because of the type of music he puts out, he's given the credit, like as you saw with the first album, he's given the credit ahead of time, like he is Pac, he is this generation's conscious type of person. When he said it himself, I didn't graduate high school. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't know. I'm still learning.
But you also have to understand the times. Like these are the times where like I hear somebody call their album classic every time. People call
you
it
ain't
like
get it.
smash single no longer means smash single. It's what
Right.
you say
I wanna
before
smash
you're single.
this single.
People don't say I'm hungry. They say I'm starving.
Right.
They don't say I'm tired. They say I'm dying.
Yeah.
No one's laughing. They're dying laughing.
Laughing.
So everything that we say nowadays is a little bit bigger.
Right.
So when they hail him as king,
I don't
that's
know
just
about
how we
bigger.
speak.
It's just more exaggerated.
More exaggerated is what I mean. So when we call him king, that's just another one of people's exaggerations.
Right.
I don't think he's king, but I think he's gonna get to that status.
He's at the forefront.
Him and Cole, they're gonna get to that status.
Maybe Cole.
I believe it.
They're at the
Nah, I think Kendrick is always gonna be ahead. If you listen to that freestyle they dropped, you know what I'm saying?
Black Friday.
Sure.
Kendrick destroyed it.
But
you know
see,
what I'm saying?
it's not gonna.
Did he? Oh
Kendrick
my
can't
God.
put.
He destroyed it. So
Kendrick can't put a good song together.
What? Are you?
All right, so let me ask this. Let me ask this.
Like that verse was amazing, immaculate. It was a rapper's delight.
All right, so let me ask this question to you two gentlemen,
Sure.
because you two are both contenders in the field. You guys are both gladiators on the field, right? So as somebody who's just somebody on the sidelines, are you more interested in somebody who can deliver the flow well, or somebody who can originate in a good flow? Because you have the artist and then you have the executioner. You know, the person who's able to execute it very well versus the person who is actually.
I listen
you know
more to
what I'm saying?
content, like
So,
what he
like,
has to say.
Yeah, the lyric person versus the whole overall.
Most of the music
song.
I listen to is about absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Most of the music I listen to.
Who would you put in that context of today? Of this is the person I listen to because he speaks to more who I am as an artist versus like I like their product. Like, for instance, I think Nicki Minaj has a great product. I don't give a shit about what she has to say. But I understand that she's great at putting herself out there in a way that's digestible to the masses.
I from what I understand, Wale is an intelligent guy who makes good music. However, it's not for me. I can't enjoy it. I won't play it.
I honestly feel like Wale's boring. I think he's boring.
The hell out of me.
I think poetry wise, like, you know, I think he could say something, but he is boring. Like, literally.
So who's the one that you would turn on?
I would listen to J. Cole. I would listen to Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? People like that. Like you say, you know, it depends on your vibe. I'll listen to Young Thug if it comes on.
Let me prove my point with the Kendrick thing, right? I'm listening to it, and I know a lot of people make comparisons to, you know, Outkast and people of that ilk or whatever, but that first album from a concept standpoint, you're an artist, right?
It was a good conceptual album.
It was a good conceptual album because I sat there, I was like, oh, he actually talked to his mom,
and like he's in the van. I thought it was really
right. So they took you on a ride, Good Kid, Mad City. Sure. Because I'm listening to the title, like he named this shit that Good Kid, Mad City. And then you watch as he walk you through the stories.
Sure.
And
that was good.
That was good.
Or a journey
put an album together.
Start to finish.
That's a lost art. Like I haven't heard a cohesive album, and because you know I'm a comedy kid.
It's very much like what he said earlier. Like I'm not looking to necessarily put out an entire album. That's an old school mentality of having you have 13 tracks, and just each of those tracks
let it flow.
Each of those tracks are a step along the journey.
Because you know, like not only am I'm a bad boy guy,
I don't think that happens.
But I'm a comedic guy. So like you know, like I used to love the Mad Rapper sketches, my nigga. I used to love the Mad Producer sketches, bro, because
sure.
Oh, they made the CD.
It's creativity. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a lost art.
You don't get that. Like even Kendrick, that Pimple Butterfly was put together. It was crazy. It sounded like every song was like supposed to have.
It's a story.
It's
a collective story.
And if you play it out of order, it doesn't work.
It don't sound right. But like that record, all right. Yeah, everybody will turn up to that song.
It's a good song. It's a great song.
That's what I'm saying.
For Sale, that's my
crazy record.
For Sale is my joint. Like I saw a dude recreate the song For Sale. It's an interlude. That's what's crazy about it. 4-minute interlude, right?
I love interludes.
And I saw the dude recreate the song like with the symbols and all that other stuff. I was like,
got jiggy with it, huh?
He got jiggy with it, and then I'm thinking like, Kendrick found this? Cause I'm just looking at a dude recreating the Kendrick joint.
Sure.
But I sat back and I was like, Kendrick's using real instrumentation. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of it sounded like pretty live though. Like
the
instrument sounded good.
And that's real jazzy.
And that's the thing that I appreciate about it, because it's like I call it the sprinkler sound, the hi-hat. I got no problem with that.
The interview with Pac was amazing.
That was tight.
The interview with Pac was amazing.
Even though I saw flaws
that interview, but I seen that interview. Like the Pac, I heard that. I seen the interview already.
Even though I tried to get lost, I didn't see it in a while. I tried to get lost in it, I still kind of heard that.
I got a DVD of that same interview.
Yeah.
But the way he put it together, it made it seem like Pac was really there.
Kind of, because
we know that Pac ain't doing so. You have to be
lost, but you want to get lost in it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to get the vibe like they sitting there just like us. But going to the school, I could hear punch.
Sure.
No, it's real
question.
For people like you,
punch.
People like me,
question.
Like versions to the audio game. It was beautiful.
No, the concept itself was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, you got a conversation with Pop, questions that you will ask. And that's the stuff that
I think we all have to recognize and admit that you have artists and you have performers. And there's a very big fucking divide between those two camps.
But the balance is no longer here. The balance is gone.
I agree.
Balance doesn't exist.
I agree.
Well, so Trick, with that being known from these two gentlemen,
I would sit back.
How do you feel about that?
As far as like me creating my own music?
Yeah, I mean the fact that they're probably going, oh, you Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
We could probably pass you off as like
Big pun.
No, or
Pitbull. What you mean?
Or Pitbull.
Straight
about Pitbull.
Ain't no Pitbull.
Right?
Or we can make you like make you look like you red, like Drake. So
red.
You know what I'm saying? So when they try to,
he said red like the skin.
Skin tone. So I'm like, if they try to package you, basically, like, how would you feel about that?
I mean, I won't go into a situation that they're gonna make me change. They have to accept me how I am right now and the type of music I make. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go into those situations. That's why I didn't sign to certain people because they wanted to, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to change me. I feel like if I go into a situation, you have to do something that I can't do for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It has to be something that I can't make it a Canada because I can't do it. I don't have the assets to do it.
Sure,
they have to be able to. Hey, I could get you to Canada tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I could do it, then I don't want you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you could present something to me to who I am and what I can do, you know what I'm saying? Then we could talk.
Black people.
Affirmative action.
Yeah. So
definitely let the people know where they can catch you guys on social media. Start with you, One Trigger.
all right.
OneTrigger.com @OneTrigger, the number 1 TRIGGA, but everything else is OneTrigger.com. You can check me out on YouTube, whatever you want. OneTrigger.com.
DJ.
Word. All right, so I do a lot of. I know that's old school.
Yeah.
I do a lot of kind of short films and fan vids on YouTube. That's DJ Vids. So look under DJ VIDS on YouTube. On Facebook, I have a couple of short films.
All right.
Rubicon and See No Evil. If you want to like those fan pages, that's cool. I would appreciate that. And look for those in 2016.
Plus,
you can follow me at pluscomedy.com. Dropping some online content soon. Dropping an episode from the Carpet Cleaners. Got some holiday specials coming from Haitian American Productions. And all I can remember right now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Well, this has been The Spot. You can catch all the shows on Frostbites TV on YouTube. You'll most likely catch this one as well. I'm all out of damn time. So I appreciate y'all checking us out, and we look forward to seeing you next week right here on The Spot on SoFloRadio.com. Peace.
Holla.
Kamora Lee is having another baby.
By who?
Who's having